Hello everyone and happy Friday. It is October 18th, 2024. My name is Kyle. Mrs. Olson has the day off, so it's just you and me today for Maker Notes. And today we're going to talk about the Snow Rise fingerless mitts. Those are these little mitts that I designed for the Maker's Mercantile Knit Box. They use one ring of yarn, a little bit of stranded knitting, and a little bit of time. And before you know it, you'll have a gift that you can give for the upcoming holiday season. So we'll talk about the yarn itself that is used to make these. This is what the yarn looks like. This yarn is called Zauberperlenhanf. It is a yarn from Scheppel. Comes in this ring. It's a 100-gram ring, and it's held in place. All the little balls are held in place by this little black elastic here. So it's 7 different colors that make up a really cool gradient. This is 90% organic virgin merino wool and 10% hemp. The yardage on here is 437 yards for 100 gram for the whole collection of yarn, and each of these little balls has around 63 yards in it. So you could buy multiple rings of this and do a gradient of some kind, do a shawl or something like that. But for the fingerless mitts, all you need is one ring of the yarn. So what's the deal? Well, the deal is now through Sunday, Zauberperlenhanf is 20% off. And as a little gift, if you buy one of these now through Sunday, we are going to gift you the Snow Rise fingerless mitts pattern. How are we going to do that? We'll go onto Ravelry. We will send it to you as a gift. If you have a Ravelry account, tell us what your Ravelry name is, and we can put the pattern in your library. If you don't have Ravelry or you don't use it, then we will just gift it to whatever email address you use when you check out. We are going to print a copy of the pattern and we'll put it in a page protector and send it along with that ring of yarn, so you'll be ready to cast on as soon as you get your shipment from us. So this color is color 2523, and that's the one that I used to make the original sample. And you can see it's stranded knitting, so it's going to be worked in the round. It uses 2 different sizes of needle, a US 3 and 4 double point needle. It uses 2 different balls. Beginning about here, you're going to use 2 different balls of yarn as you're working that stranded technique. And I really like how it reminds me of like an old carpet or something, where the color sort of fades and is very similar, and then there's higher contrast. I think that's what's really cool about these mitts, because the pattern is very repetitive, very graphic, but the colors, because the value, how light or how dark they are, sort of go back and forth between intensities, and that's what makes it, I think, really pretty. So how do you make that happen? Well, the ring of yarn is illustrated in the pattern, and each one of the balls is numbered 1 through 7. And so in the pattern, it will tell you to use, ball 1 and 5, or whatever the combination is for that particular section. And you'll change those yarns whenever it's indicated on the chart, and you'll be able to make something that looks like the mitts that I made. So this is the first one. Again, this is color 2523. That's the one that the sample was made in, but there are other colors as well. We'll just go with them as whatever order I pull them out of the bin for. This is color 2527. It's just from a silvery color to a black, so that's a nice classic one. If the person that you're making these for wears lots of black, maybe that's the one that you'll want to make. There's also other colors like this one here that goes from a blue to a gold. This is color 2525. And remember I mentioned, or maybe I did, I don't know, but you can make shawls and other stuff with these rings of yarn. It's just, 63 yards of each of the colors. Well, you could start with the gold, work all the way to the blue, and then continue with a different ring, either use just one of the blues or both of them, and then go from the blue to the silver. And you could just keep continuing from the silver, connect this silver and go to black. You can make this look like a really awesome long gradient if you want to get multiples of them. It's pretty easy to see which ones of these work together on the product page, so you can see that. I showed you this one. Here's one that goes from blue to green. This is color 2522. I really like this green. This is my green. That's the one Kyle loves. There are also some warmer colors for you. So here's one that goes from a sort of brick red into a black. This is color 2521. There is a brick red to that green that Kyle likes. This one is color 2519. There is, so these are different. This one is red to sort of a gold color. This is color 2526. So 2519 has the green, 2526 has the gold. You can see they're different there. And then there are two more that I can show you. This one goes from black to gold. This is color 2524. And then the last one is living in a bag. Come out of there. This one goes from a green to silver. It's color 2520. So those are, I think, most or if not all of the colors of Zauberperlenkampf. Again, 20% off of the yarn now through Sunday. And now through Sunday, we are going to gift you the Snow Rise Mitts pattern if you buy one or more of these rings. So that's pretty exciting. As far as techniques, I told you, you probably will want to use either double points or flexi flips. You could also use magic loop to knit in the round. These were done double points, I believe, using double point needles. So there's two different lengths of double points, and we're going to talk about the bamboo Skacel by Addie double points. These come in two different lengths. So there's a 6-inch and an 8-inch. These are the US 4, and in the pattern, we use a US 3 for ribbing, and then a size US 4 for the body, the color work part, and then back to a 3 for the ribbing at the top. So you can choose either one of these 6 or 8-inch length, whichever one you're more comfortable with. And why not? Bamboo needles, the bamboo double point needles, Skacel by Addie now through Sunday. Let's do 20% off on those as well. That way you can get your needles. If you don't have them, give working with double points a try if that's new to you. You can save on the yarn. That's a pretty cool deal. So 20% off the bamboo double points, 20% off Zauberperlenkampf. Buy a ring of Zauberperlenkampf now through Sunday. We're going to gift you the Snow Rise fingerless mitts pattern for free. So that's pretty cool. Other stuff in today's newsletter, there is a advent from Garn called Patch Art. There are 4 different colorway options to choose from. The one I have here is a whole big collection of these little minis. This is the Flora colorway, and it goes through reds and greens and creams into like a deep burgundy. It is a very pretty collection of minis. And each one of these minis is numbered. You can see some of the numbers there. And these are numbered using the date for which day you're going to use that mini for your project, for the mystery project. You're also going to get 2 hanks of the Creativo yarn. This yarn, it's 75% superwash wool, 25% polymade, and it's 420 meters, 440-ish yards, and a 100-gram hank. You'll get 2 of those, and then you get all those minis as well in these advent kits. So the colorway I just showed you is called Flora. You can see what it kind of looks like in that picture. There are 3 other colors that you can consider. There's the one called Space, which uses turquoise as the main color, and that one here is all purples and grays and creams. There's also Heaven, which uses chartreuse as the main color. So that's the 2 larger hanks. And this one goes through blues and sort of grays and stuff. And then the very last one is called Happy, which is a rainbow. And the rainbow has a offering of cream for the larger 2 hanks for that main color. The bigger hanks are the color that's carried throughout the entire project. What does it look like? We don't know exactly because it's a mystery knit along. This one includes daily emails from Garn. Those happen from Garn Manufacturer. They show up every day, probably around midnight-ish our time, beginning December 1st. There's a Facebook group you can join and all of that. It's all run by Garn. It's really awesome if you are interested in making something kind of fun. There's more information, a little bit more, on our website. If you would like to join that knit along and get this kit, you have until October 31st to place your order. After that, we're gonna stop accepting orders for this kit, and we won't be able to do it. That'll be the end of it because it begins December 1st. We want to make sure to get that order from Garn Manufacturer from Germany, and we can get it shipped out to you so that you have it and you're ready to cast on December 1st. And then the last thing I'll mention Remember this picture from Tuesday? This is the Tinure hat by Andrea Mowry. It was knit using Madrona DK. Jenny looks awesome in it, and that pattern is our offer as a free gift if you buy 2 or more hanks of Madrona DK now through Sunday. So that is one more little thing that you can do. Maybe do that as a gift as well. I didn't even think about that. Mosaic knitting, working in the round, reading that chart is a really easy hat, super fun to make. And you're only carrying 1 yarn at a time when you're doing mosaic knitting. So that's pretty cool. That's it for this Friday. I hope you're doing well. Have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you again on Tuesday if I don't see you sooner. Have a great weekend, everyone. Bye.